some days I wonder if it'll ever get better. I mean, will I ever see your Facebook picture and not have my heart just skip a beat? I mean, that hat and that scarf are so laughably ugly. And I'm trying to recognize the person in that picture as the person that I spent so much of my life with. I mean, isn't it weird that one minute you can be the most important person in someone's life, and then the next minute you have less of a connection with that person than a complete fucking stranger? Now you're mailman, or you're dental hygienist, or I mean even like obscure classmates from high school that have never even, I mean, they know more about your life than I do. I mean, most of the time I do okay. I'm just trying to get to that place where the things that you do will no longer affect how I feel. And every time I feel like I'm getting closer to it, I end up just right back at square one. I regret not filing for divorce immediately after the first time you started throwing things at me and screaming at me in front of the kids. Then they get a negative impression of what married life is like, and they'll pass it on to their kids too. It's not your fault. I understand that. I understand that you grew up in a similar household, but there is absolutely no need to pass that on to our children too. This is easily my fourth or fifth time trying this, but I think today I finally realized what it is. I regret deciding what I wanted to do at a young age. And then, now that I'm in college and trying to get into this field, I realize it's not for me. And after talking to a professor today, I'm sure that college isn't the right place for me. I think after this epiphany, I finally realized that I've never been happier than when I was cooking. And I've never appreciated my family more than when I was cooking with them. And I think I finally figured out that school isn't the place for me. And maybe it's a restaurant, or I mean, if not that, then culinary school. I'm afraid to tell my parents because I know they'd be disappointed, but even more than that, I'm afraid to tell my friends. You know, because I've always been sure of what I wanted to do. I've always known. I've always made it clear that I knew where my life was going, and I even encouraged them to dig deep and to figure out what they truly love. And I wasn't even going to do something that I love, just what someone expected me to do. I regret that this may never come to light, but even if it does, I'm scared that it may never come true.